Or you a Spotify or Apple Music
Apple
guy?
Music, yeah.
I
I
thought I
know.
thought I liked you for a second.
You must have been using Spotify for a long time.
I was funny enough, I started on Apple Music.
For
And I
real?
used to be die on the hill that Apple Music is better than Spotify.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then I tried Spotify for the first time, I think calendar year 2022. Yeah, because I've had two full Spotify raps now. And I love it. I love the interface. I love the way it suggests new music to
Yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah.
I don't know. I've loved Spotify so much. And ever since then, I haven't looked back. The only thing I think Apple Music has over Spotify is that you can get mixtapes on there
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
listen
yeah.
to
Yeah,
mixtapes.
yeah, yeah.
That's in my opinion what I think the better thing is.
100%. 100%. All right, I think I am ready.
Beautiful. We're gonna jump right into things.
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Go with the Flow. I have a very special guest with me here. Well, first, I'm your host, Folarin. Let me not skip ahead. Very special guest with me, Jordan Allen. Welcome to the show, Jordan.
Oh, thank you, brother. I'm happy to be here. Happy to go with the flow. Got me up bright and early on a Saturday, but it's good to get up and get moving.
That's what I'm
So
saying. Yeah, I was thinking about that on my way here. You feel so much more productive when you start the day early, though.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
I
It's crazy
like,
because it's really not that early. It's just
yeah,
like
it's literally
it's
I get up.
10:30.
It's 10:30 right now on a
Yeah.
Saturday. I get up for work at 6:45, get it by
Jeez.
7:30. So
Oh, that's cake for you.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I was even just thinking about because last night I went out with some friends, didn't drink at all, and that also just kind of helped. Where it's like I could just bounce out of
Yeah,
bed in the
yeah.
morning.
No hangover,
You feel
nothing.
so much more productive when you get like after we record this, you're gonna have the rest of your day. You're gonna be like, I already recorded a whole podcast. today."
100%. It's
You're
like
gonna feel
I was productive today.
exactly,
Then I'm gonna try to
exactly.
hit the weights or hoop or something like that after this. Then
Oh,
I'll
you're a
feel.
hooper.
You like the hoop
I
too?
love to hoop.
Oh, we
I
got a
love it.
ball, baby.
We'll tap in. I
We
love
got a
it.
ball,
Where do
brother.
you
Yeah.
usually play?
I'm at the Best Style YMCA
Okay.
or at some park
Okay.
over in Brooklyn somewhere usually.
Me and some of my boys and I we usually play at the Brooklyn Bridge Park,
Oh, dope.
right by the water, right by the
Fire.
bridge. Funny enough, we were there 2 weeks ago, whatever week Fashion Week was.
Yeah.
We show up there at like 10:30 a.m. We're so excited to play basketball. We walk up, we see a bunch of security guards around. We're like, what's going on here? Walk a little further down, we see a whole fashion show set up.
On the
Which
court.
on the court, which we were kind of
Damn.
pissed because there's like 5 courts. They took up 4, and it is what it was. We got to play on the last one.
Oh, good.
But
Okay.
turns out Off-White was having their fashion show.
Y'all was there for the Off-White fashion
I mean,
show?
we weren't invited, but we were there.
That's dope.
So it was kind of a sick setup. There
dope.
was the one court available. We were playing right by the water, and it was just the whole fashion show
That's
going on.
awesome.
All the celebrities were showing up. They did the show, and it was about 20 minutes long. It was
Boom.
that short. They were in and out. They spent more
Wow.
time speaking before and after, just like the celebrities networking than the actual fashion show,
Yeah.
which was cool to witness because again, I'm not being invited to any fashion shows.
Right.
And so it was just a very
Not
cool
yet.
concept. Not yet. And I like that. One day we'll be
One day.
I was gonna say courtside. We'll be right by the runway
And
whatever. And courtside. All the above.
I love it.
But that was just classic New York experience. But I
Right.
digress. We're gonna hoop. Not to my guest.
We're gonna make it happen, bro.
But now I have to tell a quick story of how we even met and how this came about. This was December of 2022.
That's crazy.
And I remember because I think it was either a day or two, it was within the week of me going home for Christmas. I had gone to work. I had a dinner later that night, but I needed to buy my mom Christmas gifts. And I remember I was walking, I'm forgetting the name of the store now, but went and got a Christmas gift. I'm walking on the store. I see a tall black dude. I see he has a hoodie on that says "All love, no beef." And I initially had walked by you.
Yeah.
I saw it, I appreciated it, and I walked by without saying anything. But then I was like, I kind of love that. Love the message. Love the merch. Had to circle back, double back, and be like, I tapped you on the shoulder, introduced myself. I said, love the
I
brand.
remember
Where'd you
that.
get it? You were like, oh, it's actually my brand. Here's our website. I loved the hats you had on there, but you're actually sold out.
Yeah.
So then I had to kind of stay tuned, and then eventually you guys dropped more merch, and then that's kind of how this whole thing came about. And then I hit you up a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago asking you to come on, and now Now
It's
here we
like
are.
a full circle moment, man. I'm pretty sure we were probably a few blocks over from here when we ran into each other.
Yes, for sure,
Yeah, and I
1000%.
remember you definitely looked like you were shopping for
Yeah,
sure. It looked like
yeah.
holiday season shopping,
Yep,
and it's crazy because I noticed you when you walked past me as well. I was like, I don't know, I feel like you can just really feel people's energy when
yeah.
they like walking shoulders up. They like got a good positive aura about themselves. So I noticed you, and then when you came back, I was like, it's just
It
alignment.
was just meant to be.
It
It
was
was just
supposed to be. So I'm grateful that that happened so that we could be here today.
me as well, me as well. So, can you just quickly give the people your background? Who is Jordan Allen?
Yeah, Jordan, I'm a identical twin, so I got another guy running around here that looks like me. He's actually in Spain right now, so you won't catch him in New York.
Fair.
But yeah, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I've been in New York for about 3 years. Prior to that, I had played basketball all over Europe, played over in Scotland and Prague. So I kind of bounced around throughout Europe for basketball. Spent some time in San Diego, dive deep into the nutrition space and developed a brand. All love, no beef from that. And it's pretty much who I am. I'm planning a wedding right now.
I don't know what. Oh, you're engaged?
I'm engaged. I'm
Congratulations!
engaged.
Oh shit! Damn.
Yeah.
When
Thank
did
you,
you
bro.
propose?
I proposed in
Okay,
March.
March.
Sorry,
Okay,
the
no,
M's.
you're
It's the
good.
M's,
And
bro.
and then when's the wedding gonna be? If you picked a date and all that.
222, baby. February 22nd, 2025 in Tulum,
Sheesh.
Mexico.
Tulum.
I
Wow.
proposed in Tulum, Mexico
How
as
about
well.
let's get the quick story about the proposal. I'm always fascinated. Funny enough, I'm only 24 years old, but some of my
Wow.
best friends have already started to get proposed to
Start
get
proposing.
engaged, start proposing, getting engaged, getting married. And so just seeing it firsthand, I love love and I love hearing the
Yeah.
story. So give the people the engagement story real quick.
Absolutely. It was definitely one heck of a surprise. I flew her my fiance is also a twin.
Okay. Oh wow. Oh
Crazy,
wow.
right? Yeah. And she also has siblings that are twins. And her
It's a lot of
mom
twins. It's gonna be a lot of similar looking people at this wedding.
right? 100%. And then her mom also had another set of twins, but she had a miscarriage. So, but anyway, just to say that her mom was a powerful woman, just birthing out a lot of twins. But anyway, wedding 222 in Tulum, Mexico. I proposed in Tulum, Mexico as well. And I flew her twin out, had my mom come out, had a few family members come out, and just we live in Tulum as well in Brooklyn. We do 6 months in Tulum,
Oh
six
wow.
months in New York. So we got a community and a family out there in Tulum. So we just had a big surprise party, had a dinner. The way we did it is I rented a villa, had some masseuse come through, and they were like giving us massages on the top level. And while they're giving us massages, the whole bottom level was being set up for the surprise party and everything. So after
Taking notes,
right.
taking notes.
And then after that, I brought her down the steps. Uh, I ended up like our favorite song was playing together. It's Leon Bridges, Beyond. Uh,
Ooh, she might just be my
Hey,
everything to
exact.
be. I
Hey,
love that
you're
song.
a real
Like,
one,
come
bro.
on, man.
You're a real one. But yeah, I played that track. Ended up proposing right there next to the swimming pool in the villa, and everybody popped out and
Wow.
scared her. Her twin didn't make it in on time for
Ah,
that part. Ended up coming in way later at like 11 o'clock due to delayed flights and everything.
yeah.
But anyway, it was a hell of a surprise, and she loved it. It honestly, it all worked out perfectly. I was hella
That's
nervous, but
wow.
it was beautiful though, man.
That is beautiful. And again, love getting the inspiration. Okay, I'm taking notes. I'm taking all those. And then quick
Absolutely.
two basketball questions. So
Oh,
I
no.
didn't know you're a hooper beforehand.
No
Are
worries.
you the biggest LeBron guy in the world since you're
Come
from
on,
Cleveland?
man. You did it,
That's
baby.
your
You
goat.
did it, man. I always tell people I'd rather see LeBron win a championship than Cleveland win a championship. And I know that's crazy, but
Wow, that is wow. Say more.
I I feel like LeBron is Cleveland.
Wow.
Cleveland is LeBron.
Hmm.
Like when LeBron left the city, the whole economy
It
collapsed.
did
Hotels
indeed.
shut down, restaurants shut down. Drake was selling his house. Everybody like everybody was selling everything. You weren't seeing the Kardashians around Cleveland anymore. So it was crazy to see the impact that he had on the city. And then when he came back and won the championship, it lit the city up, and the city been lit ever since. Now they
Cleveland, this
investing
is for
into
you.
exactly, baby, exactly. So I'm a big Brown fan,
Got you.
100%.
Love it. And out of the places you played internationally, what was your favorite location that you played
Prague.
at? Prague. Okay.
For sure. The only challenge was that none of my teammates really spoke English that well, and my coach didn't speak any English.
That'll get in the way then.
So we like so we like 4th quarter, last 10 seconds of the game, translated in between teammates and stuff. The only thing I knew how to say was like pick right, pick left and stuff like that, but other
And ball.
exactly,
Give me the ball.
exactly. Give me the rock and get out the way.
Dope. Love that. Love that. Okay, so now to the brand. All love, no beef, which we got the hat on, you got the
Yo,
hat on,
my
the hoodie
boy
on, the sweat.
came correct,
Oh, I can't. Come
man.
on, man.
Came
I
correct.
when I see a brand that I love, I go crazy. I was like, I
Bro,
got a hat, I got a hoodie. You just brought me a hoodie. Appreciate
yo, of
you.
course, man.
Loved actually funny enough wore this hat on the last episode that I recorded. But tell the
Pivotal.
people what is the brand? What is All Love No Beef?
Yeah, it's a lifestyle brand and community that my twin brother and I created back in 2020 during the pandemic. Just a backstory about us: we had alopecia areata, where our hair was falling out, had bald patches all over my head from the time that I was like 7 to the age of 22.
Oh wow.
And same with my twin brother; his didn't really kick in until he was about like 19, 20. So he went that entire length of time without dealing with it. But I had it anyway. We both dealt with alopecia. We reversed our alopecia with plant-based eating as well as a holistic lifestyle. And we kind of just started using the slogan "All love, no beef," just playing around with it. And then we threw it on a T-shirt one day, and then everyone went kind of crazy on social media, and they were like, "Yo, I dig it, I like it, I like it." And then we were like, "All right, let's sell some apparel too." And then we started selling apparel, and then it turned into a whole lifestyle brand with coaching and all different types of aspects to it.
And I think the apparel is probably the key part to that. Similar to the way that we got connected. We got
Yes,
connected because I saw the brand on a shirt and I was like, "Oh, I need that." If you didn't have the like the if you don't have the apparel, people don't necessarily see the brand advertised every day, and then they don't get to find out about the cool work that you're doing.
bro. Thank you for that. I appreciate you saying that. But that's the motive behind it. It's like, how do you make a holistic, healthy lifestyle cool? How do you make it sexy? How do you
Yeah,
make it dope? How do you make it fun? I think you got to add some swag to it. You got to add some dope apparel to
100%.
it. You got to add some influencers to it, just to blow it up a bit. Because I think when most people think of healthy eating, and I'm not big on go vegan, go vegan, go vegan. I'm more so eat fruits and vegetables, eat your plants, eat what grows from the ground,
Yep.
get closer to God through what God grew from the ground. But also, I'm not a big anti-meat guy. I try not to judge people based on what they eat, but I am big on, hey, if you're dealing with sickness and disease, meat is probably a good thing to cut out.
And I think that is really important, the not judging other people, because that's the quickest way to turn people off from what it is that you're trying to propose.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's such a simple message that for whatever reason, people, whether it's we're in an election year, so politics is
yeah,
on everybody's mind and the
big
focus
time.
of everything, and people will judge you if you're if you're Democrat, but whichever way it is that you lean, people will judge you for the other for whatever
Of
reason,
course.
whether it's diet, whether it's lifestyle, all these different types, whether it's religion, and people lead with judgment. If you lead with judgment, you're never gonna cut through to anybody.
Yeah.
Because the initial reaction is gonna be, I'm gonna close off, I'm gonna get defensive. And that's such a simple idea that I don't know why people can't just understand.
100%, 100%. It's like it's no right or wrong.
Exactly.
It
S-
just is. No good
So,
or bad. It
yeah,
just is.
tell me a little bit more about. So, you said you were struggling with alopecia,
Yeah,
and then you turned to a plant based diet.
yeah.
How are you? What made you try that out, and how were you able to link that then back to? I was going to say solving the alopecia, like
Yeah.
solving the alopecia, I guess.
Yeah, no, we solved it. It was like the hardest math equation possible. But yeah, sometimes I wonder like why does God place you in certain places throughout your life? And I was in San Diego during that time, and
Mhm.
San Diego just has a huge like holistic community out there where people are really focused on their health. I think the biggest thing is because the beach is right there. Everybody trying to be sexy for the beach, had the abs cut up and
Fair.
everything. So I think everybody is just very, very hyper focused on looking good,
Yeah.
but also it translates into you got to eat right to look good. So a lot of people out there are super helpful, super focused on just taking care of themselves. So anyway, I learned a lot in San Diego. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, food desert communities. As I mean, not to speak bad on the city, but it's a lack of nutritional resources. It's a lot of poverty. It's liquor stores on every block. Is fast food restaurants on every block, and it's like there's not a Whole Foods, it's no Trader Joe's, it's no farmers markets or
Yep.
anything like that. It's nothing healthy in the neighborhood. So anyway, I had to get past that and really focus on, yo, I need to eat kale. I need to eat spinach. I need to eat smoothies, try an acai bowl and stuff like that. I had to just really like open my mind when it comes to food and really challenge myself to say, yo, what is food really like? I think we got this idea that food is a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, that food is whatever it may be,
Chicken
chicken
wings,
Alfredo or
pizza,
chicken wings.
yeah.
And it's like, yes, that could be considered food, but also food is just what naturally grows from the ground. Like food is sweet potatoes, food is kale, food is quinoa and wild rice and all different types of stuff. So really just challenging myself to learn like, all right, what is food really? But anyway, sorry, I'm going
No,
on a
this is a
tangent.
podcast. This is where you're supposed to go on tangents.
But I wanna answer the question. As far as the alopecia, I watched this documentary that was recommended to me while I was in San Diego. It was called Forks Over Knives, and the documentary really explained the connection between. And again, this is no shots at people who consume meat or anything like that, but it really showed the connection between consuming animal protein and disease, and how like they did all different types of studies. It's a big study called the China study, where they did a study for over 50 years of over like 50,000 people, where they showed like the more you introduce meat, animal protein to a community, to a group of people, the higher risk of disease, like cardiovascular disease, heart disease, cancer, hypertension, diabetes, all of these different diseases, alopecia, autoimmune diseases. I mean, a lot of it is linked to food, and not just meat, processed food as
Yeah.
well. So anyway, I learned that, and I was like, okay, I could probably try using plant-based eating to reverse my bald patches, my alopecia, because I'm walking around every single day with a hat on, a hood on, a do-rag on, anything to cover up the patches, getting my damn near bald fades just to cover up the patches. The day I graduated from college, big ass patch on my head.
Mm.
It literally came the morning of, size of a 50-cent coin, just like huge patch on my head. So definitely kept the cap on at that moment, didn't throw the
Yeah.
cap in there. But anyway, I say all that to say that I learned a lot while being in San Diego. I watched the documentary, started to study, and 2 weeks after going plant-based, my hair grew back.
Wow, 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
Wow.
14 days,
Wow.
my hair
And
was
what
back.
and when do you see again, when that you see those immediate results, what was your reaction? How were you feeling in that moment? Were you like,
Wow.
you just discovered something special?
Oh my gosh, man. Exactly. I was like, it was like I felt like I found a cure for AIDS, like the cure for cancer. It's like this huge discovery because we went to myself and my twin brother went to so many different doctors.
Mm,
We got steroid shots in our head, all different types of topical creams, all different types of other forms of shots in our head. Uh, Constant talks with our barbers telling us it's due to stress. You stressed out,
mm.
going to therapy to figure out if I'm actually stressed, even though I'd recommend therapy to anyone. It's actually really helpful. But I wasn't stressed though,
Yeah.
to say that. Like I went to San Diego, I graduated from college, moved to San Diego. I was happy as
Oh, so
hell.
that sounds like a beautiful
Like
place.
I'm
I bet no one's stressed out there.
moving to the beach, bro. I'm like, I'm not stressed at all. Why do I have patches in my head? But anyway, the barber's like, you stressed, you stressed, you stressed. Anyway, I realized that it wasn't due to stress.
Mm,
It was for me and for many other people. We've been helping hundreds of other people reverse their alopecia, and it's been the food.
wow. It's so interesting how kind of like you just said, you went to all the doctors, they try all these many different things, but one of the most honestly quite straightforward and simple things is the what we consume every day and what we put into our body. And
Yeah,
the fact that no one was like, honestly, maybe it might be linked to the diet. And no one ever
yeah,
thought about that before. It's so interesting how, as human beings, we can try to overcomplicate a lot of things with the solution is actually just right in front of our faces. And it's something that you're doing every day. We eat every single day. We are putting
man.
stuff into our body every single day. And it is interesting how, and I'm a culprit here. My diet is shit.
Like,
Admittedly, my diet is not very good. And
and
I
like
probably
most 24-year-olds, though,
yeah, because again, I could go to the
respectfully.
gym, go on my runs, do all
Yeah,
that, and I still look good.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think, yeah, the fear is that one day I'll just wake up and it'll all catch up to me. And so I try to be a little conscious. I started eating salads for the first time. I had a little more fruit. I drink smoothies now.
There we go,
So it's
baby.
it's baby steps, but at the same time,
Yes.
I'm gonna destroy some ribs. I'm gonna
Hey,
eat a burger. So I still,
I
I,
say stay true to yourself, man. Stay true to yourself and don't be hard on yourself either. But when you notice the inflammation, if it does come about, or mucus and things like that, that's all just, or BO, when some people smell bad or having runny noses and mucus or yellow mucus coming out of the nose and things like that, that's just a sign of inflammation. Or if you notice you're not recovering well after lifts in the gym and things like that, it's all just really signs of inflammation. So I say feast, enjoy, but when it's time to get right,
get right.
you get right.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. And so for you, how not even difficult when because I think most of the meals that come our way are not plant-based.
Of course,
Most of the food is processed food.
highly.
So when you notice the change, you're like, okay, this is obviously something I need to maintain for my own well-being. How difficult was it in going about your day-to-day meal planning, eating out to actually maintain that
Yeah, that's a great
plant-based
question.
lifestyle?
That's a great question. I, honestly and transparently, I think that's probably the hardest part for most people that I've been helping on their plant-based journeys as well, is knowing what to eat, how to prepare food, um, and that's the biggest learning curve. Because, like you said, we grow up learning to eat Popeyes. We grow up learning to,
Lunchables.
yeah, Lunchables, quick foods, processed foods, foods that you grab out the freezer and throw in the oven. Like that stuff is it's convenient. It's okay at the time, but
Convenience, yeah,
it's
yeah.
convenience. Exactly. So, and I think that's the biggest thing, is how do you make plant-based eating convenient? And the big thing that I realized is that it is convenient already because it's already complete. It's already done. You grab an apple, you don't have to cook it, you don't have to prepare it, it's done. Or you grab a sweet potato, you don't, I mean, you may have to boil it or something, but it's done. Add some seasoning to it, but it's done. A lot of these other foods, to make a pizza, that's a
It's a
process.
process, yeah.
You know, to make chicken wings, it's a process. You got to batter the wings and everything. So all this to say is that it's a process for those other foods, and a lot of the plant based foods is it's already mostly complete. However, if if you want uh, if you want foods that you're used to, like the burritos and stuff like that, that may be more of a meticulous process where you
Yeah,
may actually have to put some time into it. However, eating Mexican food, you can eat plant-based Mexican. You just remove the meat,
yeah,
remove the sour cream, remove the cheese. It may sound boring.
yeah.
It may sound like you're removing all the fun stuff, but it's doable, you know. So anyway, I recommend meal prepping, making sure that you have your grains ready, like the wild rice is my recommendation. Wild rice, couscous, quinoa, farro, barley, all of these different grains, but also the beans. The beans is where the protein is. Get your, I love chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans. Then you go to the vegetables, definitely load up on anything green, uh, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, the mustard greens, kale, spinach, all of those greens. Anyway, just have a balanced plate. And also, the biggest thing is you want your plate to be as colorful as possible.
Mm.
If your plate lacks color, that means it lacks nutrition. The most nutritionally dense foods is all has color. My my recommendation is always to stay away from white food.
Wha but rice is white.
Well, arguably, a lot of people say that rice isn't even that good for you. That's why I recommend wild rice. Wild rice.
Okay, I don't even know what the difference is.
Alright, so we got the white rice.
Yeah,
I've even seen purple rice, but white rice,
uh-huh,
brown rice,
yeah,
which is where we use to white and brown, and then wild rice,
okay.
which is the healthiest form of rice, the most nutritionally dense rice. I know wild rice and brown rice supposedly has large impacts on your sugar levels. So people with diabetes, they definitely need to tread lightly when it comes to the rice intake. But the brown rice is also full of protein, full of amino acids, so it's going to help you build muscle. It's gonna help you get rid of that inflammation, and also you won't see any spikes with your sugar and things like that when
Hmm.
it comes to diabetes.
This wow. The way I'm I'm trying to be I'm inspired right now. I'm inspired right now. I'm like, I need to give up all the or honestly, I think for me it'll be more of a process because I've thought about this when actually, funny enough, not even funny enough, around December of this past December,
Yeah.
I remember one day at lunch at work, I go and I eat this. There's this like burrito spot by the office, and I eat it, and I started to feel some stomach problems. And
Mhm.
that was the start of like a week and a half, 2 weeks of some like serious stomach problems where when I went home, I couldn't sleep. I had to go to the ER because I was like,
No
my
way.
stomach was so fucked up. And that
Damn.
was the moment in time where I was like, this is 1 billion% my diet.
Mhm.
I go home, I'm eating all these home cooked meals,
Yeah.
and I start to feel good again. Because I'm Nigerian, so it's a lot of rice,
Oh,
vegetables,
you already
and there's a lot of
yeah.
there is a lot of protein in it, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is a lot of rice,
Of
vegetables,
course.
protein, and every time and this again, this was me realizing consciously that my diet was an issue, was every time I would go home for an extended period of time and eat only home cooked meals, I would feel my body reacting to it.
Oh,
And
of course.
my body would need to adjust to, oh, this is like, again, a home cooked meal as opposed to
L
my current diet.
Yeah, 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 like, you
Which
eating what you supposed to be eating, and one thing that I noticed is all foods outside of the American diet are all mostly plant-based for the
yes,
most part.
The American diet is a problem.
Yes, it's the American
There's a
diet.
reason obesity is an issue. There's a reason heart disease or
Yeah,
cardiovascular issues are a problem.
it's
The
huge.
diet in this country
But you
is
look
an
at
issue.
diets of across all other countries outside of America, it's mostly whole foods. It's mostly foods that aren't highly processed.
Yeah.
But then you get to America,
Yeah,
everything's
what do you
super
think of
highly
when you think
processed.
of American cuisine? It's burgers and fries and french
Chicken
fries and hot dogs and
tenders and
tenders, and
hot
it's
dogs, that's the worst thing for you. Bologna, the worst thing for you.
yeah.
And again, no shot to anybody. It's
Actually, no,
just
that's a shot at America.
right, right, right.
Fix the
Shots
diet. Yeah,
fired.
that I
Bow,
think is a
bow.
fair yeah, that's a fair
Fix it, man.
yeah,
Like
that's
we the
actually
fattest country in the world, and also why are we got like 7-year-olds being diagnosed with obesity
insanity.
and what is it? High blood pressure.
That's crazy.
Like
That's crazy.
7-year-olds. That's wild. That's just a clear link to the diet. Also probably technology too if you sit
Yeah, those
near this
things
all day.
go hand in hand. But
Yeah.
okay, so back to the brand. I looked at the website.
Yeah.
There's a few different areas that you focus on.
Yeah.
I saw there's a focus on food deserts, lack of educational health and violence. Could you speak a little bit to why those are the different pillars and kind of the
Yeah.
different like essentially that the different pillars that you guys focus on?
Absolutely. So the all love, no beef. We look at it as a double entendre. No beef in the streets, no beef on your plate. Really focused on self love, loving your neighbor, loving yourself, and with loving yourself comes treating your body right and treating your temple right and putting the best the best foods possible into the body to have just optimum health. Um, and sorry, what was the second part to that question?
Just the different pillars and
Oh, got
why you
you.
chose each of those. Yeah.
Absolutely. And big thing is the lack of nutritional resources that are out there. Like, yes, you can go into like yeah, you can go into more affluent neighborhoods and things like that, and you'll see the resources like a Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, farmers markets, um, holistic health practitioners, and just people who are there for you to assist you. But when you go into more impoverished neighborhoods, the hood, the ghetto, whatever you want to call it, more black and brown communities, or even shit. I used to live in the middle of Iowa, Oskaloosa, Iowa, a town of 11,000
What were you
people.
doing there?
I was coaching basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was coaching basketball out there, and it was a town of like 99% white people who probably like all mostly lived below the poverty line.
Hmm,
Like all were like, I, for lack of better terms, I'm sorry, but they call it like the trailer park white trash. It wasn't like that, but there were aspects to the community that made you feel that way.
yeah.
So no shots at my people out there in Iowa. Just giving
Yeah.
you a
Shout out
background.
Iowa, shout out Caitlin Clark, shout out
Yeah,
shout
yeah.
out everybody.
Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to all y'all. But anyway, um, it really showed me that it was not necessarily a black and brown thing. It's more so just
Poverty, yeah.
a poverty thing. And in those areas, they lack nutritional resources, but it's an overload of fast food, processed foods, and just garbage that's gonna keep you in a cycle, that's gonna keep you in a low vibration, a low frequency. So anyway, the whole goal was to elevate the frequency,
Hmm.
to bring up the frequency, and to also make people realize that you don't have to deal with sickness and disease. I think a lot of people are just like, yo, I got diabetes and I'm gonna deal with this for the rest of my life. Yo, I got heart disease. I'm gonna deal with this for the rest of my life. I'm obese, but I take these medications and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think like 70% of Americans are on some pharmaceutical drug
Wow.
to help with something. So the whole goal is to show people like, yo, you don't need pharmaceutical drugs, no shots at pharmaceutical companies or anything like that. But more so
You're
like
really about the no beef part. You're just
no
you
beef.
apologize to everybody.
I don't want no smoke, no beef at all. It's all love. But I do want to encourage people to give back to the garden, give back to the ground, give back to what God created for us. It literally grows from the ground for our benefit, you know. So no beef on the plate, no beef in the streets. Let's end food deserts. Let's bring nutrition to the people. We're going to create community gardens in every single hood across the world, across America to start, but across the world, and just bring people health today to their doorstep.
I
Like
love
it's
that.
make it convenient as hell. One thing I noticed in New York is the fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, it is convenient. There are Caribbean markets on every other
Yeah.
block and Chinese
A
markets
lot
on
of
every other
farmers
block,
markets too. Yeah.
selling
100
all different
100%.
types
Yeah.
of fruits and vegetables. But I think the big thing is now when the resources are there, how do you get people to actually choose that
That's it. When I'm at
over
it,
Wingstop?
that's it. And again, I always bring it back to myself because I don't like to speak for other people, but I can speak for myself.
Yeah,
When I'm at a restaurant and there is all these different, oh, you got that steak, you got that chicken, you got that X, Y, and Z,
yeah,
or you got the salad, you got the salmon, you got even the healthier options. And I'm just like, yeah, let me do what I know.
yeah. I already
Let
know.
me do what I know.
Uh,
It's hard to
It's like instant gratification. It tastes good. That's what you're used to. It's the habits. It's all of it.
Yeah. So again, I think that it's all a matter of choice for a lot of us, especially those of us who are privileged enough to have the options and making that choice consciously. And
Yeah,
especially, I think the younger people, it's like, okay, I can eat like shit for a week and I'm still gonna look good per
yeah.
se. And so you kind of fall into those bad habits
Well, I got a
early.
question for you then.
What's up?
Would you be more open to, like, would you feel more inspired to try plant-based food if it was someone telling you, "Hey, try these like smoothies and fruits and vegetables and whole foods," or if we said, try these transitional plant-based foods like the Impossible burgers and like the stuff that you're used to, a plant-based Philly cheesesteak. I keep saying Philly cheesesteak. I'm
Yeah,
not sure why Philly
yeah.
cheesesteak is stuck in my head, but a plant-based Korean fried chicken sandwich. Would you be more open to that, or would you more so or more so feel inspired to take a smoothie or a salad or
I think the foods that I like, I do love them so much that I would much rather, okay, this is like to stick with Philly cheesesteak, plant-based Philly cheesesteak, but okay, in my mind, okay, the Philly cheesesteak is still in the name.
yes?
Yes, the plant-based is there, but okay, at least this is what I'm eating. Because
Okay.
I love food, and I
Yes,
do love all those types
we
of
all
food.
do.
So I would much rather like that marketing that's gonna appeal to me is going to be even though it has plant-based in front of it, whatever still
What
that
you
food
used
is that I
to.
love, as opposed to when people start going into like the kales and the acai bowls and all that, and no shot, no hate to all that, but it just sounds so it
Different
doesn't
from what you're used to. You
exactly
lost
that
me.
exactly. And even I think my biggest one of the bigger hesitations is you mentioned this earlier is the taste of the food.
Yeah.
I need the food to taste good. Actually, so yeah, another question for you. What in your experience is is the difference in taste, if any at all, from when you used to consume meat and all these other types of things versus what your diet is now? Like, please tell me you have some good flavor in your diet.
Yo, that is honestly like a perfect setup for the question that I actually wanted to ask you. Have you ever had a chicken breast that was completely unseasoned?
Yeah,
Shit's trash, right?
yeah.
So it really just goes to show you that I don't know if you really, really love the chicken more so you probably love the seasoning.
Ah, the flavor, the
You love
seasoning.
the
Yeah,
sauce, the seasoning, the
yeah. I'm a sauce
texture,
guy. Yeah,
the
yeah.
if you probably like it battered and deep fried and
Yep.
like but that
You're making me hungry, man.
Yeah. But it just, it goes to show you that we like the flavors, we like the
Hmm.
sauces, the seasonings, what's added to the chicken, not necessarily the chicken itself. Maybe we like the chicken with the sauce, the chicken with the batter that's deep fried and stuff like that. But I don't know if we really just like the chicken. But it it serves as a reminder that we can add substitutes that you can. Do you like mushrooms?
I do like mushrooms too.
That's like a big chicken replacement right now. This the oyster mushroom,
Okay.
which you can batter it up, put in some water, batter it or whatever, add some seasonings, throw it in some oil. It come out tasting like fried chicken, bro. I
Wow.
swear on everything. I gotta have you over one time and whip
Pl
up some
please,
fried
please,
oyster
because
mushroom.
that's my again, the thing that I don't wanna sacrifice is the taste of the food, and I'll see what you just said makes perfect sense. You
Yeah,
can have chicken that's made really poorly that doesn't taste good.
yeah,
You season it up, spice it up, and it tastes really good, and so I can see how that could be said for whatever plant-based meal as well. It's like, if it's prepared badly, it'll not be good,
a
but if it's
hundred
prepared
percent.
well, it'll
Spot on.
man, you just change
Spot
man,
on.
am I about to turn to a vegan? Am I
Spot
about
on. Yo,
to
and the good thing for you is being in New York, it's a million plant-based
There
restaurants.
are.
Even though I know you're not plant-based, I totally get it. But I do it. I encourage you just to pull up to one and let it change your life, bro.
You
Let
know
it
what?
change your life.
I'm inspired. I'm inspired. What
I
are
got
w oh,
recommendations
okay, I'll
too.
have you I'll actually do if you know them off the top of your head, what are some of your favorite
I
plant
went to one yesterday. It's vegan Szechuan food, Chinese food.
I love
Spicy
Chinese
Moon.
food. What's it hey, man,
Spicy Moon. They got one
spicy
in
moon.
East Village, West Village, Bowery. Bomb food, bro. Also, if you like Ethiopian food,
I love it all, and
oh,
I like food.
Ross plant-based. I think they got one in the city now, but they definitely got one in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. Ross plant-based. Greedy Vegan closed down their fire and best eye. Aunt and Uncle's is Caribbean vegan food in
Caribbean
Flatbush.
vegan food, wow.
It's like Caribbean food meets American food
Okay.
and all plant-based, but the vibes is unmatched.
It's good to know that
Unmatched.
these options are out there
Oh
because
yeah.
again, that's the biggest
I'll send
hesitation.
you a list,
I
man.
appreciate it.
Don't worry,
Okay,
don't worry.
now for the education portion,
Yeah,
okay, even define give me the difference between vegan, vegetarian, plant-based, or what's the overlap? Just define it.
yeah, I can make it as simple as possible. I think vegan is more of a lifestyle, plant-based is in particular to food. Vegan is
Ah,
like, yo, I don't wear anything made from animals. I don't get in a car if it's got leather seats. Like, not I don't get in a car, but I'm not buying a car with leather
yeah. I was
seats.
like, "You're not
It's
moving
like,
around the
yo,
world." Yeah.
does these are these seats leather? I'm not getting in your Uber. But no, no, it's more so just being a conscious consumer, super conscious about you're conscious about your lifestyle, everything paying attention to the ingredients in your toothpaste, paying attention to figure out, yo, were there any animals harmed or anything throughout this process to get this bag or whatever. So it's like just being a very holistic, conscious consumer about
Mm,
everything. To be completely honest with you, I'm not that way.
mm.
I've definitely probably got things in my house that unfortunately animals were had to suffer from. But when it comes to food, I am plant based. I do only consume foods that don't contain any animal products. Again, going back to the whole alopecia thing, that's why I did it. Uh, but yeah,
The
that's
main
the
distinction between vegan that is helpful because
yeah
in my mind, I looped them in together. I
yeah.
thought vegan and plant-based was one and the same.
I feel like vegan has a negative connotation to it.
Definitely.
People are like, and it's honestly it's the vegan's fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the vegan's fault. It's like, and it's because the whole shaming people and making people feel bad. And I totally get the mission. Like, yo, stop, find more humane ways to deal with animals. Uh, in my opinion, stop killing animals. But if we are gonna kill animals, find more humane ways to do it. We don't need slaughterhouses and things like that, and just killing animals at mass scale. Like we can figure out more humane, more kosher ways to do
Yeah.
things.
Wow. My biggest I didn't even expect to come in here and expect actually, it makes sense. You are very passionate about it, and you could tell, and
Yeah,
so the
yeah.
fact I'm just now like and because I have already been aware that my diet is bad, I care about health. What goes into your body is important. And even if it's for the simple reasons that you mentioned this earlier, as far as where the reason you think a lot of people in San Diego practice such healthy lifestyles is because they want to look
Wanna
good.
look good.
When I tell you, I am most inspired to go to the gym when I have a trip coming up that I'm gonna be at the beach. I'm gonna be in Jamaica in 3 weeks. I have not worked out this
Hey,
consistently in a very long
let's
time,
get it,
and if
baby.
eating a little better will help me achieve the looks that I want to achieve,
Chisel.
yeah, I don't care what your motivations are if it actually leads to you practicing these better habits. So that's
Yes,
all important
absolutely.
stuff to.
I think the other thing too is I think you kinda hitting the nail on the head, like, maybe people may not be inspired by saving animals and stuff like that, but more so, like, the results of what it's gonna lead to. It is gonna lead to, just a reduction in disease. It's gonna help you remove disease, and also, for people that wanna lose weight, like, I lost about 20 pounds in the first 45 days.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it was fast. It was really fast. So if you are looking to lose weight quickly and lose like just the water weight and the I think the fat that just like a lot of Americans carry, that's an easy way to do it.
And so, even now taking a step back and looking broadly at lifestyle as a whole, because you're a lifestyle brand, what are some of your kind of key tenets of living the healthiest lifestyle, even outside of food,
Yeah.
whether it's exercise, not drinking alcohol? Like, what for you is that holistic package look like?
Honestly, the first thing that came to mind is just loving your neighbor, like, and I mean just the person that's next to you and your person that lives next to you, like being intentional about it, like going above and beyond. Actually, me and my fiance were talking about this yesterday. It's crazy how God bless you when you just show love, period. Like even when you aren't going above and beyond. So imagine if you go above and beyond, it's like the blessings come tenfold. But anyway, we've been just like super intentional about just showing love to our neighbors. Also, of course, paying attention to everything that you consume. Now I'm being more conscious about the music that I consume. I love trap music. I love Ferg is one of my favorite rappers.
Yeah.
I love the ASAP Mob, all of that kind of music. I love all the Hove, all the Chance is also one of my favorite rappers. So I love music. I love music that don't necessarily add a lot of value to your life and things like that. I like trap shit. I like ghetto music, but also at the same time, I'm like, yo, I gotta be conscious because everything you consume has an impact on the way you live, your frequency. I think Kanye West said it. He said, "Music has a frequency to it, and you want to make sure that the music that you listening to is in the love frequency, in the highest frequency."
I love that you said that because I'm the exact same way. Not maybe so my simple I don't listen to rap music in the mornings.
Oh, solid,
I don't start my
smart,
I do
smart.
not start my
I'm
day
about
with
to
rap
do that,
music because
bro.
I
I
truly
like that.
believe that also is I'm so big on like routine and the way that you start your day mentally, physically, and everything.
Hmm.
And when you're consuming certain music that is like violent, whether it's like oh women, all this, I don't that's not the way I need to be starting my day.
Yeah,
It's a lot of Afro beats and gospel music.
that's
Feel good
awesome,
music,
bro.
uplifting music, and that is why I'm
That's
able to
incredible,
start my
bro.
day so positively most days. So that honestly
That's
is
a
like
good
as
habit to adopt.
that's as conscious as I am with it, that really is my one limit. But before like noon every day, I don't listen to any rap. It's mostly on work days. Actually, no, overall. And so I love that you said that because these are things when people think lifestyle, they don't think the type of entertainment and content
Yeah.
that I'm consuming, but it definitely all will play a role.
I mean, it's a huge factor. You get it. You get it. I'm like even conscious about the TV that I'm watching, the shows that I'm watching, the movies that I'm watching. Um, yeah, the people that you spend time around
Oh
is
my
like you
God, that
can,
is
man,
huge.
that's probably the one of the biggest
That's one of
ones.
the
Like
biggest ones.
you
Yeah.
can immediately, like they say, you are an average of the five closest people around you.
Hmm,
Uh, and you got a good frequency about yourself. I can tell
appreciate
you
that.
kick it with good people. So
And it's so interesting how one of my good friends from school, he's in town for the weekend, and
hell yeah.
he we went out yesterday as a group. So it was me, my
That's
friend
why
from
he's not
school.
here. He hung over.
It was me, my friend from school, and then some of my two of my roommates who I've become super close with, and then just this other guy that I literally met him at the airport on our way to Mexico. And a
Dope.
similar vibe where we are all just very similar in the sense of like we're motivated, we care about people, we care about doing good at the
Yeah.
baseline. None of us are perfect, but we are all extremely motivated in that very similar way. And I found this circle of
Love
people where I
that,
love
bro.
that you feel that too, where I truly believe my circle is all good people and we're on a
Yeah.
mission to make the world better. There's people who,
Make you feel
whether
good when you know you got a solid
exactly, bro,
circle around
and
you,
people,
especially as men. Like,
yeah,
you
and
need
yeah,
solid men
yeah, and
shoulder to stand shoulder to shoulder
when
with
you're
you.
around certain people that might be a little bit more negative, involved in the wrong thing, like that weighs on you, that drags you down, that bleeds into what you're doing,
Man,
and you can't have that around. And I think back to some people that I used to hang out with in high school that I might not anymore because like their energy is just not right. It's
yeah,
not elevating what I'm trying to do. Whereas I look
absolutely.
at my circle now and I truly believe like if you're not elevating and we're not all elevating, like I got no business
Yeah.
being around you.
And that's one of the toughest things to do is to, I guess, not cut people off in a way, but also just realize that some people is in your life for the season. Maybe this season is not the right season, but maybe in a couple seasons they may come back around, you know?
Yeah,
So I learned that from my mom, and because I used to be like, Mom, how come you don't hang out with this best friend anymore? Why don't you hang out with this person anymore? I used to be mad, like I miss this person. She's like, yo, some people are for seasons, and as I got older, I realized that. And going back to the lifestyle question, something that my mom also helped me with is just really remembering to laugh and remembering to have fun. Like this mission of helping people with health and stuff like that, it can be so serious. It can be like also sometimes stressful at times because I my grandfather just passed away like a couple
sorry to hear
months
that.
ago. Due thank you, but due to heart disease, multiple heart attacks. But also he ate Popeyes like leading up to his death and sat on a couch every day for like the last 5 6 years doing nothing, you know. So it's like when you don't move it, you lose it. So
Yeah,
you setting yourself up for that. So anyway, um the the mission has been so like mission critical. The time is now. Like we gotta help people. We can't continue allowing people to deal with sickness and disease and everything and showing love. But also like, yo, through this, lighten up. Like
none of
remember
this is that serious, dude. That
remember
is
to laugh, have fun. Tomorrow isn't promised, and that's the mission too. It's like, yo, how do we just get people to be vulnerable, get people to show love, get people to just have fun at that moment, at that time. And I think also going tying back into the food, food helps with that.
yeah.
Food is tied to your gut. Gut is tied to your brain. If your brain is off, how can you be in a frequency to laugh and have fun and stuff like that? So anyway, the mission also is to laugh, to have fun, to enjoy life, to enjoy your neighbor.
Yeah, I think everything that you're saying with everything that you're saying, I couldn't agree with more, and especially even this is one thing that I also say a lot is most of the stuff that we think is deep is really not that deep. The things we
Facts.
are losing sleep over, the things that we're fighting over, it's like none of it really is that deep.
At all.
Why can't we just all let's enjoy life,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy each other's company,
Yeah.
hopefully, God willing, we'll all be here for a very long time. But like you just said, you don't know when your last day is. So who wants to go around living every day with such, anger, hatred? It's like, no, what do we need that for? Which is why this message is so important. It's like all love, no beef.
All love,
That's
no
the way that
beef,
I like to
man.
live my life. I love everybody. I'm truly, and
Yeah,
this will
what are
cut.
some of your key principles as far as living?
One as simple as do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Mhm.
The golden rule is so simple.
Yeah,
I give everyone the benefit of the doubt until you prove that you're an asshole, and then I don't fuck with you.
I
But
fuck
there's
with that.
not that many people that I don't like. I like good people. It is
Mhm.
that simple.
Yeah.
I associate with a lot of people. If you're a good person, that is enough for me. And
Mhm.
I think we all should give each other that benefit of the doubt. And I love to
Man,
grow a community. So as long as I am not seeing you or hearing about you operating in certain ways, I'm like, if as long as you're a good person, very easy one. I think that matters. I
love
think
that.
I try to. We haven't even spoken about exercise, but that's one that I try to be conscious about.
Mhm.
Moving your body is important.
That's the other part. I agree with you.
Moving your body is important. This ties back to the first one, but the company that you keep, I already spoke about that a little bit. I think that is everything.
Mm,
Your network is your net worth. The people that you're around are
facts.
super duper important. And so just making sure that you are being very conscious about who you are spending your time around.
For sure.
And then just having fun.
Man.
I'm gonna have fun.
I
One thing about me, I will have fun.
I
I don't
love
care
it,
what's
bro.
going on. Nothing is that serious. I am going to go out with my friends. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna vibe. Like I'm gonna have a good time because
Yeah.
none of it is that deep.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's always room for a joke, for a laugh.
That's what I'm saying. People need to stop taking themselves too seriously.
Yeah,
I think across the board in all industries of life, people just take themselves way too seriously, but none of it is that deep. Like, go do some karaoke, let loose, have some fun, crack a joke. It's
yeah.
none of it is that deep.
I couldn't agree with you more,
But
man.
okay, I think we are. How long? What time? What time are we at? Probably just over an hour, I think. Oh, okay. Oh, I think we started a little. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect, perfect. Okay, so then, two things that we've been spoken a ton about. Do you drink alcohol?
I
And what
do.
when it comes to okay, I like that you do, honestly, because that's another one that people who are very conscious about lifestyle, they try to push on is the whole no alcohol thing. But why is that a decision that you've made?
Again, going back to having fun, living life to the
Live
max,
your life, man.
living life to the utmost, man. And I'm also a believer in not abusing alcohol. And
Yeah, anything done in excess is a problem.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I also believe in being sober minded. Um, so it's like when you get to the point where you are like where you getting wasted, where you making bad decisions, where it's no longer your character, or you speaking foully, so it's like at that point, in my opinion, you're no longer sober minded.
Yeah.
But I do drink alcohol. I love tequila. Recently, I got into rum. I've studied alcohol, like studied tequila. We went to Tequila, Mexico, where all
Mm.
the tequila in the world is actually produced.
Hold on. Tequila is a place in
Tequila
Mexico?
is a place, bro. It's a city in
Did
Mexico.
I just not am I the only one who didn't know that? Is that like common
I didn't know
knowledge?
it, bro. I didn't
I
know it
know
either.
champagne's a place in France, but I didn't know
Yeah.
tequila was a place in
Nah, it's a place. So all
wow.
tequila in the world is produced in Jalisco, Mexico. Tequila. And yo, you gotta pull up. It's kind of dope because you start to see all of these brands that you're familiar with. Like a person named Jose Cuervo owns Tequila Mexico. Like owns like a lot of Tequila Mexico. And like you literally when you pulling you fly into Guadalajara, Mexico, you drive to Tequila, and when you driving in, it literally smells like tequila.
Wow.
Literally smells like tequila. But everyone in this town, it kind of reminds me of like a Mexican cowboy western town where they just produce a shit ton of tequila, and they got a decent amount of tourism there due to the tequila. So you got a bunch of people there that's partying and stuff like that for the tequila. But also one thing that I'm going deep in on the tequila, as you
Please
can
do.
see
No,
that
this
I
is
studied
amazing. This is amazing.
it.
Yeah.
But the tequila is we here in the States, it's like a shot, 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 shot. But there they actually sip it out of
Just
champagne glasses.
wow.
They sip it, and it's like a whole art to it. One of my favorites is Fortaleza. We got to go there. We got to spend time with the founder. His name is Guillermo. Awesome guy. Go to Tequila, Mexico. Go to Fortaleza. Los Abuelos is what they call it there, and just some of the finest tequila, man. It's the best. But you out there and you literally see agave plants everywhere. Agave plants is what they use to actually make tequila. So you see agave plants everywhere. They take you to the agave fields. You go to the distilleries. But what's cool is every single person that lives in that town works in the tequila industry in some
Hmm.
way. They make the bottles. If they plant the agave, pick the agave, let you do tourism, all of it. They work in the tequila industry in somehow, some way. So it's really cool.
That wow. Another bucket list place spot added to the list of where I would like to travel because I did not know that much about tequila, but now I need to go visit tequila.
And
And
then the
then
Caribbean for the rum.
Caribbean for the
Caribbean for
rum,
the rum.
amazing.
That's
And
like
then quickly
super dope.
on when it comes to like being active, what is your workout? You say you play basketball, but how else do you stay active?
I've been trying to get in the weight room more. I have been in the weight room more. Uh Yeah. Lifting,
Mhm.
basketball. Also have a husky who needs to be walked a crap ton, so I'm
Yeah.
always outside mobbing with her. And her name's Bronny, named after LeBron James. I miss her. She's been with one of my boys. He's been watching her for the last week, so I'm gonna go pick her up after this. But yeah, I'm always walking the dog, always hooping. Lately, I've been getting into pickleball,
Okay, pickleball's fun.
which is way more fun and competitive than you would think.
I played, it's fun. Oh,
Oh, you
yeah.
play?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
dope.
I play,
Got you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got into pickleball, hooping. lifting, walking the dog. I played handball for the first time the other day.
Okay. I haven't
My
played that since high school gym class.
my fiance's family, they own a legal marijuana dispensary in Long Island City, Queens.
Nice.
It's called Trends. Pull up to Trends if
Pull up
y'all
the
can.
trends, yeah.
But anyway, they had me representing them in this handball tournament, and I was not the best representation. It was my first time ever playing handball. So it's a super New York thing, but it's
Yeah,
super dope, super fun. But yeah, as far as active lifestyle, I try to do it all. Just try.
dope.
I bike a crap ton. I'm
Mhm.
always city biking from borough to borough, like always on the bikes. But yeah, just doing whatever I can to stay active, skiing, snowboarding, running,
I love
whatever
it.
it
You
may
do it
be,
all.
bro.
You do it all.
Absolutely, man.
All right, I love it. Well, this has been a great conversation, but I'm gonna have to bring us to our to the segments, the last two segments. So,
Yeah.
I guess come with 5 songs to describe who they are as a person.
Oh yeah.
Pull out your list, say the song, and say the reason you chose it.
Got you, got you. I feel like I can remember them, but if I can, I'll refer back. The first one I had is just Tupac Dear Mama, just because my mom is my best friend. My mom, my twin brother, and my fiance, my three best friends. And Dear Mama, every lyric to that song is who my mom is and who she represents. So
Love it.
Tupac Dear Mama. The other one that comes to mind just solely off the vibe alone, it just motivates me, get me amped up is Ferg, ASAP Ferg, Work. Everybody know the work song.
Yep.
Put in work.
Yep.
That shit get me going. Weight room anthem. I like the remix with my French
I
Montana.
think the remix is better for
Yeah, yeah,
sure. Yeah.
definitely the remix is better. Another song that quickly comes to mind is damn, there's so many Chance the Rapper songs, but Chance the Rapper, what's the song? Workout.
Okay.
They talk about how it's I'm not even I think that was on a mixtape that he released.
Interesting. I don't even know if I
Yeah.
know that one. Yeah.
But Chance the Rapper, that's one of my favorite rappers. Him and Toby
Oh yeah,
from
yeah,
Nigeria.
yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah, yeah.
Nigerian. But that's my dog. Lyrically, one of the most elite in my opinion. Him, Chance, uh but yeah, those are probably the songs. Oh, and then another
Oh, yeah,
song
you
is
said three. Okay, we need
yeah,
two
yeah,
more.
yeah.
We
No,
need two
I
more.
got some
Two
more.
more songs,
I got two
please.
more. The damn, I can't think of the artist name, but the it's right here. All right, another one that for sure is Bob Marley, Exodus. I'm a huge reggae guy. I love reggae music, but I love Bob Marley. I like Exodus specifically because it's talking about the Exodus, going back to biblical days, the exodus that happened back then. So I really resonate with that, and I just love reggae. I like Bob Marley. The any track by Bob Marley, I'm a fan of.
Okay, number 5.
And then the last one is what is her name? The heck is her name? Rob. It's a song. The track was literally made the year that I was born, 1993. But I know her first name is Robin something. But the song is "You Got the Love, You Got the Love." It's like it's more of a poppy song, but
Okay,
I love the song. I love the track. It's one of those songs you play in the morning just to get the mental right, to
that's
get
how
the
you start
mind
your
right, to
day.
get the energy right. But yeah, and then lastly, I think this is number six.
Why
Just
not?
because
Bonus song.
uh Pharrell, Entrepreneur with
Okay.
Jay-Z. Love the track. The video is just talking about black entrepreneurship. The whole video highlights black businesses.
Nick Johnson, who was the first Black Princeton valedictorian, I've had him on the podcast. Good
No
guy.
way.
He
He
was
was
he
highlighted
was
in the
featured in the
video.
video. That's
Right.
why I thought of him. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
100%. That whole video is super dope. The whole message behind the song is super dope. Just getting us more so in the mindset of entrepreneurship as well, ownership. And yeah, I love the track. I love the message. I love Pharrell, one of the most creative
That
geniuses,
there
in
are.
my opinion,
Yeah.
that's out there. So
Love that list.
yeah.
And then very last thing, I always have my guests end with manifesting like 10 years in the future. So in 10 years'
Mm.
time, where would you like to be to the most specific detail possible?
Wow, I love that. I would love to see specifically with All Love No Beef. I would love to see All Love No Beef with a, you know how they have the Soho House.
Yeah.
I want to have a All Love No Beef
Like a
house,
physical presence.
a
Yeah.
physical presence, as well as an apparel store in
Mm,
the major big cities all across the world.
wow.
Uh, and also community gardens and community fridges to feed people. in all the major cities across the world as well. Just representation, branding, as well as big ass like all love no beef music
Like
festivals.
festivals, yeah,
Yeah, just to bring the love to the people, man. Bring the
yeah.
food to the people, bring dope vendors, just a dope experience to the people, man.
Man, this is one of my favorite episodes that I've ever recorded, and
It's
I
been
love that it
amazing,
came about
bro.
because I circled back in the streets of Soho 2 years ago, and now look at us.
So
But
intentional, bro. So
this was
intentional.
amazing. I've loved every part of this conversation. You have inspired me to change my diet, enhance my diet.
Enhance it for
Do you have
sure.
any final words for the people?
Um, Health is a choice. Love is a choice. Um, it's not about going vegan. It's not about being plant-based. It's just about eating more fruits and vegetables and choosing that first. And yeah, just loving your neighbor, bro. It's all love, no beef. Um, yeah, we got the torch. Now we just gotta pass the light.
I love that.
We gotta pass the light.
I love that. I love that. Jordan Allen, thank you so much for coming on the show. This has been
Come on, bro.
phenomenal. This has been another episode of Go with the Flow. Thank you for listening,
Go with the flow.
my man.
Love, brother.